Welcome to our show, That's What She Said, which is inspired by our theater show. And our mission is simple, exchanging stories. So we just wanted to continue the conversation. I'm Kerry Rossow. These are my co-hosts.
I'm Karyl Wackerlin.
I'm Jenette Jurczyk.
Cystal Odoms.
And every week we'll be telling stories, some that will make you belly laugh, some that will make you ugly cry, and everything in between, because that's life, right? So this week we're going to talk about defining moments so that you can know how each of us wound up at this table.
First, I just want to share that this is just like your typical talk show that you would see on primetime or on daytime television, because we're all professionals. I'm referring to, of course, these news shows that come out of, the big cities like New York. I know you've all seen them. The girls with the big hair that are perfectly placed. This cracks me up every time. There's these women that are having conversations about public affairs and current events, and they were in hair and makeup for 2.5 hours at 4 o'clock in the morning. Their hair is perfectly placed. Their lipstick is painted on, and they are placed in their seats 30 seconds before they go on air, right? To maximize thigh but minimize cellulite in these perfect little short color block dresses, right? And you know this because for the entire hour and a half show, they don't move. They have their conversations and they do this. We are not that show.
Not that show.
60 minutes before that record button was hit, I was a mom in sweatpants. I don't know about you guys.
I still have chunks of oatmeal in my hair. If we're sharing and caring. Sorry, there you go.
I'm sure Karyl woke up looking like this.
No, I had a camera in my hand. I've been taking pictures for a couple hours, so no, absolutely not. I was
She's
under
a working
viaduct.
woman.
And
She's
I
a
would
working
have
woman.
my face buried in a spreadsheet.
If it weren't for us. Ha ha.
We rescued you.
Yes.
Thank God I have my 7th cup of coffee this morning.
Well, so today's story, we're going to talk about defining moments. And I'll start. How did I wind up here? So my story started when I was 19 well, obviously my story started a long time ago, but how I wound up here when I was 19, I wanted to audition for a play. And I rallied myself and I got to the theater to audition, which I had never done. And I walked in and everybody looked so fancy and like they belonged, like black berets and turtlenecks and sitting outside smoking. And I was a small town girl with big hair and blue eyeshadow. So I was already intimidated that I didn't belong. And I went in, and when I started to fill out the paperwork and what's your experience, what shows have you been in, what are your skills, nowhere did it ask, I was an excellent basketball player. But I sat there, and as I was filling it out, I just panicked and thought, I don't belong here. And I wadded it up, threw it in the trash can, and left. And it's always bothered me, not that I didn't get a part, but that I didn't even try.
Yeah.
So all of these years later, when it looped back, and those things don't go away, I still wanted to be on stage. I still wanted, and I was still interested in women and their stories and sharing those stories. So when the opportunity came up again, I thought, I don't care what happens as long as I don't wad up that paper and put it in the trash. At the end of the day, I wanted to feel like I'd given it my best, and doggone it, I do belong. Right. So how about you guys? How did you get
the
here?
women and their stories deal, that kind of sparked an interest in me when I went on a mission trip with my camera to Malawi and started to take pictures of women there and realized that really we're more alike than we're different. And so then I came back to Champaign and life was good, and I ran into Kerry and she said, hey, we ought to think about doing a mission trip together with the She Said people. So we put together a trip to Haiti, and it led to another trip to Haiti, and then it led to our 4th trip to Haiti coming up. And I've been a photographer for 35 years. I'm really comfortable behind the camera, but part of this whole mission trip thing is to get out of your comfort zone. So that's why I'm at this table, to get out of my comfort zone.
And we're so happy that you're here.
And I'm the token old person. So.
You are not.
Hey, I know you needed one. It's okay.
About telling stories, and I'm willing to bet that you have
I have a few. Yes, I do have
Well, and we wanted this show to be like the theater show, and that we have women from different age brackets, and because our experiences are different. What I would have said that girl when I was 19 many of the things I said are different than what I would say now. And as a mom and the place in life you're at,
Yep.
you aren't a mom yet, so we have different experiences to share.
Absolutely.
How did you get here? Besides us dragging you away from your spreadsheets.
I actually took a leap of faith and moved from my hometown, New Orleans, to Champaign for a career opportunity. And within a few months, 3 months, I attended the first That's What She Said show. And Carol was up talking about Haiti. And I thought to myself, that's really something I want to do at some point in my life. And then another year went by, and I was at the second That's What She Said show, and Carol was up there again. And I thought, if I don't make time, it'll never happen. And so I basically stalked Carol via email for about 2 months and begged her to let me go to Haiti. And it was a life-changing experience. And I fell in love with all you ladies, and that's how I am here.
And now we've got you.
Bye, Jenette.
How about you, Jenette? How did you wind up here?
Well, when we decided that the topic for today's show was defining moments, I got really excited because I am always fascinated when you look back at the map of events and decisions and moments that you can literally trace back to that defining moment or that decision that then set you on the path to where you are right now. And here we are in our very first That's What She Said weekly show on air. And I shared with Kerry a moment she didn't know about that led me to this moment, and she wanted me to share it. So I moved to this town in 2009 after spending 10 years as a working actress in Los Angeles. And I came to the small town to be with my husband and to start our family, and it's been wonderful. But the one piece that I was lacking was having a creative outlet and a group of friends that were passionate about the same things that I was passionate about, and it took me a while to find my way. And unlike Crystal, I did not get to see the first two That's What She Said live shows. The first one was sold out by the time I heard about it. And the second one, I was out of town when it was on, and so I missed them. But I was immediately fascinated by this group of women and what they had created. And I remember sitting at my computer, studying the website, just being fascinated that this group of women came together and had this idea, and they wanted to put it on stage and have women sharing their stories. And I remember getting so angry. Like, who are these people, and how dare they, and what nerve do they have of being able to make this all happen? And I was really kind of jealous and frustrated. And then I got over myself, and I had the great fortune of meeting Kerry last year at the Power of the Purse event. And I did a little stalking of my own, and I approached her in the parking lot, and I told her how much I appreciated what they had created and that I would love to get involved in any way. And as things turned out, I had the great honor and pleasure of directing the live stage show last year. So that was my introduction to That's What She Said. And from then on, it has just snowballed, and we came up with this idea of the weekly show because, the mission is great, exchanging stories. This is us giving women opportunity to find their voice and be heard, but it isn't just about one night of the year and 13 speakers. Like, there are so many women that have so much to say, and now we have a place where we can share more. And so we welcome you guys to That's What She Said, and we're so excited to be here. And I cannot wait to see what happens with this group of ladies. It's really very exciting.
It's so exciting. And I was so stunned when I heard what her experience had been. And I thought, how many other women, it's the whole thing. It's everything that Jenette said. We want to tell the whole story, that I might still have some oatmeal crusted in the back of my hair, that Jenette was actually angry and jealous. And it's all of us have that time when we feel left out, or you see, for me, it might be on Facebook, like a group of people, and like, I want to go, I want to be included. But that's what we want to provide, a place where everyone has a place at the table, literally.
And to highlight the things that women in this community are doing. I mean,
Absolutely.
talk about power.
Yes.
There's a lot of power in this
Right.
town when it comes to women, and I
lot
think
of
that's the
women,
exciting
yeah.
thing that's going to happen at this table, is bringing people in and learning from each other.
So we all have our defining moments of what we can remember brought us together and to create this and to be here right now. but I am so excited to see what the four of us and what this show is going to create and have some new defining moments, not just for us, but for the women that are going to be introduced to the show and be touched by the show and be able to have something to say.
So the beautiful thing is that we're all coming at this from different stages in our lives, and we have different perspectives, and the things that I'm going through right now, I can say to Karyl because she's already gone through them, or I can see what Jenette's going through with toddlers and be excited for her and so happy I'm not there anymore. And I learn all the hip and cool things from Cystal, and so we want to just give you an idea of where we are in our stage of life. And so right now, I'm 44 years old, the mom of four. I am proud of it. I am proud of it. 44, and I have 4 kiddos, all between the age of 11 and 16, and I'm married, and I have a dog, and we are in the process of moving, so I might be a little
In town.
In town. We're the Beverly Hillbillies. We're moving 1 block away. So that is where I'm coming from. I was a teacher for almost 20 years before I took this leap of faith. Our co-founder, Jill, used to always say, leap and the net will appear, which if you know me, know this is so not my personality. I'm more of I will leap if I have a contract that you assure me there will be a net. So that's where I am. I'm sort of in the midst of those teen and tween years right now. Jenette?
You are.
I am.
Right. And then you have kids.
Yes. Yeah.
Kerry, you did not tell me that I had to confess my age on the show.
Loud and proud.
You don't have to.
You got to let that freak flag fly.
Okay. Well, I mentioned that I've been in Champaign since 2009, but I grew up in New Jersey.
She's from Jersey.
I'm from Jersey, but I went to the University of Illinois, where I met my now husband. We met when we were 18, and we were just friends for 16 years, during which I lived in New York, lived in Los Angeles, and then I came back to Champaign to be with him. And we've been married for 7 years. Love you, Brian. And we have 2 little girls, a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. So my life is absolutely insane. I never sleep. And so I'm everything I experience is through kind of a haze of sleepless, hazy fog. And so if I just fall over on the table.
I had 4 kids in 5 years, and I always say I was in a lactating coma for 6 straight years. I was in some stage of breastfeeding, getting ready. I would just complete strangers. Are you hungry? I'm available. I'm available. Sorry,
so
the buffet is open.
I am done with that for the moment, and so but that's where I'm at. I'm close in age to Kerry, but we started a little bit later, so our kids are really little, and that's the color of our lives.
Tell us how old you were.
Oh, I'm 41. I'll be 42 this year.
Good
and
girl.
Thank you. And I have a background in theater. I also have a MBA, and I work in real estate here in Champaign. So
That's divulging a lot. I'm Cystal. I've been in Champaign for 3 years, originally from New Orleans. I moved here for a career opportunity. And I'm single. I'm 35. I'm very active in the community. I'm a sister. I'm an aunt. I have a lovely dog. I enjoy my life. And that's pretty much how I go.
Okay, Cystal. I'm not 35. I'm not 41 or 42. I actually have underwear older than you are. So my story is, I was married in 1971, so do the math. I've been married almost 45 years. I have a twin sister, and she and I both just celebrated our 65th birthdays.
wow.
Came to Champaign in 1969 to go to U of I, and brought my high school sweetheart with me. Actually, there's a story there too, because he liked my twin sister before he liked me, but we'll tell you more about that on Twin Day. But in 1980, I started my own photography business, and I've done portraits and weddings and everything else you can imagine with my camera since 1980. Over the last 25 or 30 years, I've really gotten into mission trips across the world and have photographed, moms in Philippines and kids in in Peru and am getting ready to take my 16th mission trip, she said trip to Haiti in August. So that's my story.
You have kids, Carol?
Oh, my kids! I knew I forgot my kids.
And
My
grandkids.
Okay, so I have 2 kids, boy and a girl, and I have 6 grandkids. The oldest one is 9 and the youngest one is 2. So what else did I forget to tell you? I think that's it.
So that's your story, and you're sticking to
I
it.
am.
You've heard our stories, and now we're looking forward to hearing your stories. We're excited about the upcoming show on October 15th at the Virginia Theater. Christy Clinic presents That's What She Said. But until then,
Join us here next week where we'll be welcoming a special guest, Becca Guyette, who's going to share some of her stories about her crazy family. And we'll be right here in the That's What She Said studios.
until then, that's what she said.
That's what she said.
That's what
She
she
said.
said.
That's what I said. That's what she said. She said it. She said it. She said it.
I didn't say it.
She said it.